So my plan of attack today is to get this guy running right. So if you watched our last video, it was breaking up real bad. It was missing, but it was idling better, and there was no big leaks or anything like that. So that's progress. So what I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna take the plugs out, check those to see what they look like, see if they're just completely fouled or whatever. I actually found another TPS that I'm gonna try, because I was getting the TPS code last week, so I'm gonna see if that clears that. I'm gonna take the distributor cap off just to check inside there, see if there's any like moisture or anything inside there. And yeah, and then probably I messed around with the Maf-t a little bit, so I'm gonna see if those settings are gonna work for it, and see if I can drive this around a little bit to see how it's driving. So yeah, we're gonna get started. Took the plugs out, and they didn't look too bad. They were a little sooty from it running rich and whatnot, but I just cleaned them up and put them back in. But if need be, I'll run to the auto parts store later and maybe pick up a fresh set, just to rule out anything else. So now I'm going to swap on that other TPS, and I'll probably let it warm up and whatnot. And I went to Harbor Freight and got a multimeter, so I'll probably go ahead and test that one out and make sure that it's within spec and whatnot, and go from there. Alright, I don't know how well you can see it on the GoPro, but this is the TPS that I took off the car, and yeah, those are some broken wires, so that could very well be my issue. So this other TPS I just looked at it, and the wires are still good and intact. So I'm gonna throw this one on and see if that makes any of a difference. Alright, so I got the new TPS, well, new to me TPS on. And before I start it up, I'm going to take the distributor cap off and see if there's any moisture or anything inside there. And also, Randall has been after me to bolt these things down, these noise filters. So I'm going to do that as well, just to make him happy. So yeah, we're getting some things knocked out today. Alright, so I got the noise filters bolted down, and I took off the distributor cap real quick just to see what it looked like on the inside, and there's no moisture or anything in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it up and see what happens. The battery might be dead, so I might have to jump it or push it out and jump it, but there goes nothing. That didn't sound good. Alright, so I've been messing around with the TPS and the ISC. I've been messing around with the idle screw as well, because you want it around 850 to 950 RPMs at idle. So I was messing around with that, and then while it was running, just sitting here idling, I noticed that on the AFC it's reading 100% throttle at idle. So I'm thinking maybe there's a conflict, or I don't have something wired up right between the Maf-t and the AFC. which is very possible because, you know, my wiring skills aren't the greatest. But hopefully we're narrowing the problem down. I haven't been really filming that much because this is kind of like, you know, kind of troubleshooting stuff that you've seen in all of our videos. So I'm trying to fix the problem so I can hook the boost controller up and give you guys a nice, I don't know, 15-20 psi pull. So we'll see how it goes. You ever do something so stupid that you just want to crawl back in bed and start completely over? Well, yeah, I just did that. I've been fighting this miss all morning. I even thought it was like the mass airflow sensor, so I took the Maf-t off and put my 1G DSM mass airflow sensor back on. Didn't clear it up. Just checking everything except the most obvious. So, if you remember at the beginning of this video, I took my spark plugs out to check them and see what they looked like. Well, apparently when I put the wires back on, I had 1 and 2 crossed. So, now I'm starting from scratch again. So I got all that fixed, put the Maf-t back on, and I also put the other my old TPS back on too. I don't know, I was just crossing all the bridges. So I'm gonna put the other one back on without the broken wires and go from there. So like I said, I'm starting from scratch again. Alright, got the Conquest running. It's not missing right now. But what I am going to do, I'm going to take it around the block, but I'm going to put the GoPro on my fuel pressure gauge to see if fuel pressure drops or whatever whenever the car cuts out. So let's go take it for a spin. if you could see it on video, but I was reviewing the footage on the GoPro, and it did look like that fuel pressure did drop, like when it was trying to go into boost, but it stayed whenever the car died, it looked like. I don't know. But I do have another fuel pressure regulator, so I threw that on there real quick, and I'm gonna start it up and see if it makes any difference. Alright, I got the other pressure regulator on, and I'm gonna see what happens. Yeah, so I'm pretty much at a loss. I don't know what else it could be. It's just, it gets so rich that it, like, I don't know, chokes itself out. The fuel pressure's right. I don't know if you could see it in the video of me driving around, but the AFRs were just like dancing all over the place. I don't know. Maybe it's just, I doubt this car is gonna make it to Darlington on the 21st, but like I said before, we'll still be there. But since it's not gonna make it, maybe it's time I just bite the bullet and go ahead and install this guy, because right now I'm just fighting with all this old wiring, I guess, and it's just not playing nice, I guess, if you want to say that. So yeah, leave us a comment if you think I should just go ahead and install the standalone, because as it is right now, I'm not making any headway with it, so might as well take the fenders off that I just put on, take the front bumper off that I just put on, take out that wiring and put all new wiring in it, and go from there. I don't know. Let me know what you think.
A few moments later.
Alright, so it's a new day. I don't really know what we're going to do, but we're going to try and get this thing running right. I went ahead and bought some mass airflow cleaner to clean that sensor out. Probably check the ISC again, go get some gas for it, and I don't know.
Hope for the best.
Hope for the best. I mean, Friday, I took the day off Friday, and I checked. I bought a meter from Harbor Freight. I'm not too sure it's working properly, but I checked the TPS and everything, and it seemed to be right. I also checked the timing. Timing's still good. Yeah, I don't know what it could be. Like it's so frustrating. I didn't film it on Friday, but I also took the Maf-t off and put the 1G DSM mass airflow back on to see if that was it. But I didn't. I should have I should have taken it for a drive, but I didn't. That was because I was fighting the mist, and my spark plug wires were actually crossed. Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. So I put the Maf-t back on and the GM Maf because I thought that was my only issue. Like it idles fine and everything like that. It just, for some reason, it still dies after I accelerate, like when I'm decelerating, and it's breaking up and it won't build boost. We'll see what happens.
That, right?
What?
A JC.
Yeah. I know, but I'm loyal to the G54 right now.
Right now. How far does that loyalty go?
I don't know.
The end of the episode.
Yeah. Also, my fan stopped working too, so I got to figure out what that is. I feel like all I do is put gas in this thing.
Well, look at the bright side. That means it's moving if it's drinking gas. Or it's running, I should say.
Oh, yeah.
So that's progress, right?
Alright, still a little too early to fire this guy up, so what we're going to do right now is take the mass airflow sensor off and give it a little cleaning. This says it increases miles per gallon in fuel economy. And proven gain, 4 to 10 horsepower at the wheels. It says it right there.
So, if I get like 10 of those cans, is that like 40 horsepower?
Yes.
Then why not get a bigger turbo?
You can just set them in the seat. You don't even have to do anything with it. And it improves AFR. So how to use this stuff? I've never had to clean a mass airflow. Do not apply while equipment is energized.
Okay, so
Is your equipment energized?
not right now.
Turn off vehicle. Locate your MAF between the airbox and throttle body.
Located. You don't have an airbox though.
Unplug MAF wire harness. Remove MAF housing. Place shop tower under MAF to catch any runoff. Do I have one? There's one right there.
Looks like it's already caught some runoff.
Probably gas from when I changed the regulator.
Using well
With
ventilated area.
straw attached, apply 10 to 15 sprays of CRC MAF sensor cleaner onto hot wires or hot plate. Do not contact hot wires with straw or any other object. Be sure to spray all sides of the MAF sensor and clean all wires and connectors.
Okay.
Reassemble MAF and allow to dry thoroughly before reactivating.
Why are we reading this?
For best
this
results,
is not entertaining. at
Clean your
all.
mass airflow sensor every time you clean or change your air filter. Do not use on vehicles with a Karman Vortex airflow sensor.
Like 7 MGTE Supras.
Toyota Supra turbos, Mitsubishis, and most Lexus vehicles. Alright, so let's spray the heck out of it, I guess, is what they're trying to say. Alright, I'm gonna save you guys the beeping. No! But we started off pretty rocky, but once the car started to get warmed up and everything, we started messing with the Maf-t, and I'm throwing an ISC code against those, searching for an idle basically, but the AFRs at idle are pretty good right now. So reason why I wasn't building boost on Friday is because the circlip fell off the wastegate. That feels so much better. But then it dies. What the heck? Alright, well, we just checked the ISC voltage and it's reading 4.8 volts. So, I got a few more I can try. So, I'm going to throw a different one on there and see what happens. But when we were cruising it around over in the new neighborhood over there, it was cruising fine. But
It felt good.
But as soon as we get into my neighborhood, it just like started missing and all kinds of stuff.
Your neighborhood's cursed.
Yeah. I don't know what to do.
It's progress. Take it.
Yeah, but
The car's running better. Take it. No but. Just mark it in the W column.
yeah, I just really want to take it on the 21st.
It'll come down to the wire, but you have time.
But yeah, so that's gonna wrap it up for this episode, video, whatever you want to call it.
If you need some swag, go to sandrmotoring.com. Get a hat, a shirt, a podcast shirt,
Yeah, we got new podcast shirts up.
a sticker, something.
And if you listen to the podcast, our little audio interface stopped recording on one track, so we had to use one track for both microphones, we only had to use one microphone. Yeah. So, podcast shirt, if you buy one, that could help us purchase better equipment.
And if you like the video, hit the subscribe button.
Yeah.
Hit the little bell so you know when a new one comes out.
Yeah.
Check us out on Patreon, Instagram, and not Twitter.
We're everywhere but
Twitter.
anyway. Thanks for watching.
Bye, folks.
See you later. Alright, so I switched out the ISC for a different one. I'm still getting the same reading on it, and the car still dies after I let my foot off the gas. Like when I push in the clutch and just let the RPMs drop, it just dies. But it's only in when it's like above like 3,000 RPMs. If it's lower than that, like 1,000, 2,000 RPMs, it won't die. I know I say this every video, but if you got any suggestions, let me hear them, because I'm at wit's end right now. But anyway, like we just said, thanks for watching. See you next time.